In today's video, I'm going to be continuing off of my last video, and this is the beginning of where I started to get help. And so what happened is that I went home. I had prayed to God to help me, and I went home because that's what God told me to do at that particular time. And I knocked on my mom's door and I said, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to stop. Now, my mom didn't believe this because I had said that so many times. It was hard for her to believe. She didn't give up on me, and she let me in the house. When she let me in the house, I went to bed, I rested, and when I woke up, I said to myself, I need to do something different. I can't continue to do the same thing that I've been doing all this time. And so I remembered and I said, man, I remembered when I was in jail, there was this program that they all talked about. This is my only hope. Because I can't go to treatment. I don't have no insurance or money to go to treatment. And I didn't want to be locked in institution type thing because I had done so much time that that's not what I wanted to do. So I looked in the yellow pages because I didn't know how to operate the internet very well. And I looked in the yellow pages and it said, and I looked for Narcotics Anonymous. And I called the number. The people that answered gave me an address. And I told my dad, take me to this place. When he took me to this place, he sat in the back because he didn't speak any English, so he didn't know what was going on. But I knew that I was in the right place. And so, at the end of the day, something inside told me to continue to come to these meetings because you were in the right place. I didn't trust anyone. I had trust issues. And just because I walked through the door didn't mean that everything peeled off. I still had to do some work, but I kept coming back to these meetings and meeting new people and trying to stay away from the people that I was hanging out with. So I want to tell you guys all out there, if you're struggling, I'm not trying to endorse Narcotics Anonymous or anything like that. I just want you to know that it works if you work it. And so I continued to go. And I continued to go and I continued to learn and learn and learn. I ended up getting a job. And it felt weird going to work. Waking up in the morning, going to work, you know. And but I still did it. I went to work, and then after work, I went to my meeting. I went to work, and after work, I went to my meeting. It was like a ritual, and it was working. Everything was working at that time. The pieces were falling into place, and I didn't even know it or didn't even see it. And so I continued to do that. Go to work, go to my meeting. Go to work, go to my meeting. One day, my dad gave me the keys to the car and said, you go to your meeting by yourself. You've been doing pretty good. And I was like, man, I can't believe it that I'm getting the keys to the car and going to the meeting by myself. The first thing that my head told me is, hey, go around and show your friends that you're driving. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. Because at the end of the day, what happens is I go ahead and I do that, and I always get stuck in the spot where I was at. So I didn't do that for the very first time in my life. And I went home, and as I was parking that truck, I felt so happy that I had not done something different like I usually do. And I came home clean, with no issues. And I said to myself, if I can do this today, I could do it tomorrow. So in my next story, I'm going to continue to tell you what I did after. Stay tuned. Bye.